from Lapeer County. So thanks for being here today and listening to my concerns. Genesee County has what is perhaps the nicest local park system in the entire state. And each of you are fortunate enough to be entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining and operating these fantastic parks in a safe and lawful manner. I'd like to thank you for your service. A little about myself. I am a commercial drone pilot licensed by the FAA. I'm also an instructor who travels Southeast Michigan, teaching police and firefighters how to become licensed pilots and how to safely operate unmanned aircraft. I've worked with attorneys regarding unmanned aircraft, including one who specializes in aviation law. This board recently passed an ordinance which is in direct violation of state law. The legislature forbids local units of government, like Genesee County, from enacting or enforcing any unmanned aircraft or drone regulations, with one exception. Genesee County may regulate drones that are used by the county. So for instance, if Genesee County Park Police purchases a drone, they are allowed to create regulations or policies regarding which officers may operate the aircraft, under what circumstances, training requirements, etc. So I just want to reiterate that Genesee County, and by extension the Park Police, shall not regulate any unmanned aircraft unless that aircraft is being used by the Park Police. In 2016, the Michigan legislature enacted MCL 259.305, which provides in pertinent part, except as expressly authorized by statute, a political subdivision shall not enact or enforce an ordinance or resolution that regulates the ownership or operation of unmanned aircraft, or otherwise engage in the regulation of the ownership or operation of unmanned aircraft. This act does not prohibit a political subdivision from promulgating rules, regulations, and ordinances for the use of unmanned aircraft systems by the political subdivision. So I've been in contact with the director and his designee for the last few months in regards to this particular issue. Rather than fix the problem, they created this new drone ordinance. This ordinance is clearly a violation of state law and therefore unenforceable. People are going to fly drones in the parks because the parks are beautiful and flying in the parks is a perfectly lawful activity. Also, because what is happening here in Genesee County is a big issue in the drone community, enthusiasts from across the state are going to purposely choose to fly here in these parks. This commission needs to decide how you want officers to react. Are you going to encourage officers to break the law and violate their oath by detaining people without reasonable suspicion of a crime? Drones are a trivial matter. Detaining or arresting people who are not suspected of committing a crime and confiscating their property is a serious federal civil rights issue. And thank you. I have more, but I'll come back for the next 3 minutes.
Any members of the public wish to address the meeting at this time? Seeing none.
Sorry to take more of your valuable time. I do appreciate your attentiveness too. I've addressed a lot of councils, and not everybody is as polite as you guys, so I appreciate that. So Flint and Genesee County have had enough negative publicity during the past several years. Nobody in this room wants the top Google searches for Genesee County parks to be a dozen articles outlining the federal civil rights violations committed by the Park Police because this commission's refusal to follow the law. Judges don't care about drones. However, they do tend to care passionately about perceived violations of the First and Fourth Amendments. When it comes to drone law, you don't have to take my word for it. There are resources available. I encourage you guys to please reach out to the prosecutor for an opinion. His office has already refused to authorize charges for a citation written by one of your rangers regarding drones in the park, and I imagine any future citations are unlikely to be authorized as well. Lawyers like to win, and this issue is a guaranteed loser for the county in a court of law. You can also reach out to the Michigan Department of Transportation Aeronautics Commission. One of their mandates is to provide advice and to other departments and agencies of the state about the use of unmanned aircraft systems and related technology. And also, I would be happy to help answer any questions. I would much rather work with the council in a collaborative way than try to do it in some kind of negative way or to have a negative outcome. I'd like to work with you guys to have a more positive outcome. And that's really all I have. So thanks for your time. I very much appreciate it.